Ugh. Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is John, and in this video I'm going to be sharing my story about how I grew up and how I became the Himbo of today. So let's go. So I was born and raised in Calgary, which is also considered Cowtown. And funny enough, that's how my parents actually started their business, because of the cows. My parents migrated here from Vietnam and started their wholesale meat shop, which sells varieties of meats, but including beef balls, which is a big thing for me because that's the thing I love snacking on when I was a kid. I literally grew up on beef balls, hence I was such a chubby child. Honestly, I was a big boy when I was growing up, and that played a big role in my life later on, like any stereotypical Asian boy. And I was actually the kid in the corner doing his homework, sadly, and didn't have any internet or nothing, so I was pretty sheltered as a kid, and I was just living under a rock, to be honest. Growing up in the shop, that was literally my whole identity. I felt more like an extension of my parents' will. When I was young, I was taught to just listen, obey, and don't question their authority. And that made me hide myself, who I am as a person. Even when I was a kid, I knew something was definitely different about me. I knew I was interested in boys, so I hid that from them because being a stereotypical Vietnamese family, they were talking about girlfriends and marriage and all that stuff, and I could have never brought it up to them because I didn't feel safe bringing it up to them because, well, they have expectations of me to have a family and everything, right? So I learned to hide that about who I am as a person and just almost pretended to live a dual life. So around 18, 19, my mom actually found a queer book and she confronted me about it, but I was so deep in the closet, I was panicking so much. And actually, I was seeing someone at the same time, and I packed up my stuff and just moved out without saying anything because I was so afraid of what was going to happen. A few months in the relationship, it wasn't going so well, and in the meantime my parents were still connecting with me because they really wanted me back, and I believed it was the right thing because I thought we would come around. But I realized later on that was really not going to end well. I left the current partner and moved back with my parents, and I thought it was going to be fine, but realistically it didn't last long. That's going to be another story. My first time going to the gym and entering the fitness world was kind of a sad story. I was probably around 14 at the time, and I was a chubby kid. I grew up on those beef balls. I ate a lot and snacked on those beef balls, and basically I turned into a fat kid. So what happened was my parents signed me up for personal training at a local gym and just threw me in there and expected something was going to happen. And honestly, it was actually going great. The biggest reason why I was felt motivated wasn't because of the gym itself, but it was actually the personal trainer. I had a crush on a personal trainer, and that was my only motivation. After I finished the personal session, my parents thought it was fine, like I don't need any more. The whole purpose of me going to the gym was honestly because of my parents. They wanted me to get skinny, so realistically, I had no motivation to go because I didn't like it. My body hurt. I didn't know too much about fitness, and I just wanted to quit. And realistically, I think this is when my body dysmorphia started when I was a kid, because I was still under my parents' influence around that time. I didn't feel motivated to go to the gym. I was just mostly tired and just wanted to be alone. After graduating high school, I actually slowed down again at the gym because I was just working for my parents still. I was so mentally drained after work and tired. I had no energy for the gym, and all I wanted to do was just get to bed and just chill. That's all I want to do. I would say around mid 20s is when I actually wanted to go to the gym because of myself. I wanted to start healing. I wanted to start feeling better about myself. It was hard because in the beginning, it was definitely an off and on battle for sure. Eventually, around 2018, I had a really big fight with my family, and It was kind of like the last straw. I was so numb at this point that after a big fight, I just packed up my bags and left. So luckily, I had friends that were already moving out too, again, and I moved out with them, and that was the end of that. And here I am. It was still a big challenge for me because this is my first time being on my own, and I knew that if I didn't do this, I would be miserable for the rest of my life. This is my biggest stance because this is what I had to do to find sanity with myself. So I took some time and just reevaluated my life and what I wanted. So a couple months in, it was great, but I was struggling to find a job because I had no experience. Luckily, I ended up actually getting a job at Starbucks. But the sad part was, like around this time, I worked for Starbucks for a couple of months and then COVID hit and everything shut down. I was lucky enough that Starbucks was essential, so we stayed open. So I kept on my feet and still interact with people, and it was great. But I was so used to going to the gym at that time. But because of COVID and the gyms all shut down, this is when I felt really depressed because I just went home and did nothing. I was so used to moving around so much. I think this is when I realized I had ADHD. Like I'm just used to just constantly moving around and doing stuff. This was around winter time too, so that furthered my seasonal depression and I felt worse and worse. Couldn't go outside, couldn't even do anything because it was just too cold here in Calgary. So it just made me further go down in that rabbit hole and just felt blah. When the gym and things started opening up again, I was so ready and lined up and did my sessions and I felt normal again. I felt really good and I was so happy to be back. Like, oh my god. My chapter in Starbucks was actually pretty good in the beginning. I had an amazing team. I became a barista to a supervisor and it was good. It was great to the point where I got comfortable. After a few years in this position, I felt really comfortable and it was great. It was paying the bills, leave, hang out with my bestie, and go to the gym, and life was good. But eventually it took a toll on me and I realized that I needed more out of my life and wanted something else. But I was too afraid to get out of that safe spot and do something with life. Because working for that company, yes, it is comfortable, it's safe. But the thing is, I felt like I wasn't challenged enough on my creativity side. Like I felt a little bored and I wanted to do something different. So eventually, something did happen in my 5th year at Starbucks. And unfortunately, I had to move on. I took some time for myself and reevaluated again my life and what I should be doing. This is when I noticed a big change in my body. I never felt so much progress in my life because realistically, back then I made pretty bad choices. I slept for 4 hours most nights because I work early mornings and then stay up late, and that was my fault. But because I got the rest that I needed, I saw so much improvement in my own body that I felt so good about. That's the biggest thing why I love going to the gym. I love seeing the changes in my body, the results that I find. I think that was the biggest reason why I started loving the gym more and more. Is when you see those changes in your own body, you feel so good about yourself and you just want to keep going and going. Side note, I started a new Instagram account just for my progress with the gym, and it drew a lot of attraction to my body. I hate saying it, but I do like that attention I got from showing off my body and showing my progress. And even then, it drew so much attention from guys that I'm interested in and friends that I made with through this Instagram account. And low key, I do love it. I love showing off. At the end of the day, I'm doing this for myself, right? Like you have to understand, no one's gonna push you unless you push yourself. I'm becoming who I want to be. I want to be big. I want to be more open to people. I want to connect with more people. And some people like this idea of me being big, being this himbo. Because of that Instagram account, I felt more motivated to keep going to the gym, improving myself. And I actually really do enjoy learning new exercises or realizing my form is off, fixing it, and then doing something different to improve myself. No matter what, at the end of the day, I learned that the gym is always constantly a learning experience, and it's something that I enjoy. This is why I feel like I want to dedicate this YouTube channel about me and my fitness journey and how the gym improved myself. And I want to be healthy. I want to just look good, right? Because anyways, this is my first video. It's try me eating raw, and I'm not gonna lie, this is a lot out of me. I'm still learning how to talk to the camera and not get stressed out. I feel a little overwhelmed. I'm not gonna lie, it took me a few tries making this video, and I just want to try to put it out there, try to tell my story. But I want to thank you so much for watching me and listening to the shenanigans about my life. I really appreciate you for watching me. I honestly, there was still more to the story, and I feel like I will have to touch base with that on a later time because I'm trying to ramble all my words off because I feel like it's just easier for me. I want to do this because I want to see my journey with my own fitness and getting practice with talking to you. I'm so new and I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous talking to the camera, so it's freaking me out, but I want to do better for myself. I want to get better and be more creative and push my boundaries. But anyways, thank you so much for watching my video. Thank you for sticking around to the end. I really appreciate you for watching me. So please subscribe and comment in the comment section. I would love to connect with you because this is a crazy experience for me. It's maybe normal for other people, but I am freaking out. Anyways, goodbye. I am gonna go ready to go to the gym. I'll see you next time. See you in the next video. Bye.